Our dogs are basically as much a part of our families as our actual relatives. For most of us, dogs are practically vital to our happiness. What's more, when you love your dog, you want to do everything you can to show your affection. You pet them, rub their bellies, and maybe even kiss them on their snouts from time to time. But there's one thing you should consider not doing to your dog, and pretty much every pet owner does it all the time. When you see what it is, your life as a dog owner may change forever. When you see your dog sitting there looking totally adorable, you probably can't help it. You want to show them as much affection as you possibly can. While we all want to shower our dogs in love, they may not be enjoying it as much as you think. In fact, according to a study in Psychology Today, there's one form of affection that can really stress them out. While it might be something that makes people feel safe and secure, it's just not the case for dogs. The anxiety is usually noticeable right there on their faces. When dogs are stressed, their ears can bend back and down, and they will turn their heads away to avoid eye contact with you. So what is it you're doing to your pup to make this happen? As it turns out, a simple hug can cause this. Though just because your dog doesn't like to be hugged, that doesn't mean they care about you any less. It's important to remember that, while your dog adores you, the way humans express affection to each other isn't always the best way to show affection to your dog. And here's why. Throughout the study by Psychology Today, even the most loyal, loving, and patient dogs still showed signs of distress. To the outside observer, for instance, this dog below might look like she's enjoying this hug. But look a little closer. The closed eyes demonstrate submission, and the lip licking is something dogs do when they're anxious. The reason for this is actually very simple, and it has to do with how dogs evolved over time. Dogs are cursorial animals, which basically means that their first response to any dangerous or stressful situation is to run away from the source that is inspiring these feelings. Hugging a dog immobilizes them, triggering their flight reflex and stressing them out big time. They might love you and trust you to the moon and back, but knowing that they can't escape a danger is such a powerful feeling that it trumps that love. This actually makes a lot of sense if you think about it. You probably wouldn't want to be held until the point that you were unable to move, right? Still, for human beings, flight is not always our primary response. Fortunately, petting and belly rubs are still totally okay. When it comes to what sort of touch makes your dog feel good and what makes them feel anxious, pay attention to their body language. Their tail might wag when you hug them, but what do their ears do? What do their eyes look like? Letting your dog know that you love him or her is still really important. Just because you should be careful about hugging your dog doesn't mean you can't find other ways of expressing your love. It just means you have to find a way of doing it that make them feel as safe and as happy as your dog makes you feel. Did you have any idea that when you bent down to give your dog a hug, you were actually scaring the heck out of him? Thank goodness we all have this information now and can change the way we express affection to our dogs.